Are we back? So clearly changing the stream key hasn't fixed that issue. It must be a Virgin thing where it just momentarily drops. Not enough for regular browsing use to be affected, but evidently enough for the stream to drop and not be able to reconnect quickly enough. Such a pain in the fucking dick. No, it happens when we play FC as well, Jamie. It's got nothing to do with the game I'm playing. I can only apologise continually for Virgin Media's fucking shithousery. I don't know what to do to fix it. It doesn't read as an issue, or as there being an issue on Virgin Media's side. I don't think it's a Streamlabs thing. I think it's just a internet thing. But it doesn't drop anywhere else. Like when we're doing creator series, etc., it doesn't drop me out of a race lobby. It seems like it's just the PC that drops. But why that is, I don't know. They're all hardwired in via Ethernet. So, I don't know. Maybe my bit rate's too high. Maybe I lower my bit rate a little bit. I don't know. I can't do that now because I'm live, but we'll try again later. Right, start the recording again then, shall we? Because by having to forcibly end the stream, it cut the recording too. What a pain in the fucking arsehole.
Okay, so
I can continually only apologise.
7 seconds.
We've been trying to get to the bottom of it for months, it feels like. Can't seem to find out what the issue is. They gained 2.5. He just gained 0.3 on me through that one section. I don't know how the AI is so strong through that little bit. I just quite simply cannot maintain traction at the level that they can through that double left-hander. Just impossible. Now my one World Championship point is very much under threat. Because I'm just getting slower and slower here because my tyres are just dying. Evidently. Yellow flag in front. That's Lando Norris retiring from the race. Well, rephrase then. Now my 2 World Championship points are under threat. With Lando retiring, that's going to mean that we're into P7 and are now eligible for 2 World Championship points, which at this stage would put me level with Oscar Piastri. But I have just no traction right now, so it's only a matter of time before Sergio Perez zips past me and leaves me in his dust, I think. Hey streamer vids. How are we? Well, I hope. Thank you for joining us. Checo's going to try and take me the same way that Lewis Hamilton did. Checo is going to take me the same way that Lewis Hamilton did. And right now I've zero confidence in the rear end of this car, so I don't think I'm going to be able to stick with him. I hope I can. I'll do everything in my power to do so. It's this bit, from here onwards, they just put the power down around that left-hander almost flat. And it feels like I have to be at like 70 to 80% throttle to even stand a chance of not losing the rear end.
Use overtake.
With ERS and DRS we are going to be able to stick with Checo, I hope. And then on lap 19 we will look to make a move here to get those 2 World Championship points back again. But again, I'm going to have to try and remain as mistake-free as possible to ensure that we don't lose DRS on Checo, because if I do, he's gone. Every highlight you see at the minute sees my rear end step on me at least once somewhere. Matty, thank you very much for the 13th month, mate. Hope you're well, dude. Hello, Glenn. Have you any idea what it might be? No, I'm not using any boosters. Okay, cool. Needs, thank you for the 7th month, mate. All good here, pal. I hope it's the same for you, your end. Concentrate, cheers. Nope. No Ethernet relay. Everything is just plugged in directly to the router. What was your issue, Glenn, with your end? We do use the thing that sends the internet through the electricity socket, the pass-through. We do use an Ethernet pass-through for the skybox in the living room, but we've always had that pre these drops happening. So I don't know. I'm gonna sit tight behind Checo at the minute. But we don't... That electricity pass-through isn't used for anything other than that skybox. The router is literally underneath the desk. The PC, the Xbox, the PlayStation are all plugged directly via Ethernet into the router. Is the upgrade from 23 to 24 worth it? At present, I would say no, probably. It depends what you do in game. If you play my team, stick with 23. It's exactly the same, and the handling's better. If you play driver career, maybe it's worth the upgrade because the driver career has been tweaked slightly. If you play online, it's just a case of you'll be able to fill lobbies easier on 24 because it's a more recent game. But the handling is definitely better on 23. Appreciate it, Soundwave. Thank you for the support, mate. So as we start the final sprint lap, rather evidently the rain hasn't arrived. And we're now hoping to try and stick with Sergio Perez through this first sector to then take him with all of my battery and DRS, if I can stay within DRS range of him, down the back straight. Evidently that Red Bull is still getting away quite quickly. Evidently my rear tyres are still struggling to live with the demand of this first sector and any real hard aero demand part of the circuit. And I think I might have just fallen out of DRS range there. We definitely did. Mainly because of the wear of the rear tyres. So I'm going to just drain my battery now and hope that it's enough to try and close him. We've only used 1.2 laps worth of extra fuel rather than the 2 laps we added in. So I'm going to have to go for it. No, I'm too far back. I'm just quite simply too far back. So we can definitely run slightly less fuel in the main Grand Prix. I really want these 2 World Championship points, but I just don't have the traction anywhere, evidently, to have a lunge at Checo. I'm going to have to try and use my battery as best I can around 19. Otherwise it steps on me to try and get him into 20. It's not going to happen. Sergio Perez is going to finish in P7 here. And we will take 1 World Championship point. And that's purely the tyre wear that's done that to us there. The lack of rear traction was a real struggle in the final third, really, of that sprint race. Ricciardo gets driver of the day here on the Saturday. We will now head into qualifying later in the Saturday for the full Grand Prix on the Sunday. And hopefully, he says,
so that wraps up
get ourselves more points than that. Kevin actually got the win at the end. Sainz was in front early doors, but Carlos was caught by his teammate and passed. Kevin Magnussen gets a race win, albeit sprint only. Really what the 2 points, because if you look at the standings, I am now a single point behind Oscar Piastri. 2-3. Look at that. Lance Stroll 104, us 105, Piastri 106, Lewis 113. So Carlos Sainz is not going to be catchable because he's going to finish ahead of us every race now. But I'd like to finish ahead of Hamilton and Piastri. But now my threat is Lance Stroll behind because he just got a P3 there. And that Aston Martin is going to be very strong for the rest of the season. There's still a lot to fight for personally. And obviously we want to upgrade the car as best we can between now and the end of the season to stand a chance of staying at a competitive Ferrari. But now we have to try and qualify better than P9 in full qualifying. But now there'll be more strategy involved and I can get off worn tyres, pit and put fresher tyres on and hopefully work it to my advantage. That's the plan anyway.
It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
I like that, Sean. Of the link, it's a TP link one. But again, it's not used for anything other than the skybox. I am curious about one thing. Because it's used for the skybox, I wonder if Nat turned the skybox off and it just blipped it somehow. Just on the really odd random potential. I'm just going to go and check that whilst I have a quick toilet break. I shall be back with you in a moment and then we'll do qualifying. BRB. Investigator Detective Ches to hopefully the rescue. Oh, Google the problem and the name of the prize. Yeah, I could do. Yeah, really close in the standings, isn't it, Maverick? The skybox is off, but Nat's not there for me to ask the question, annoyingly. Your new signing's just
Okay,
two-footed
when
someone
you're
in the
ready,
first half.
let's go.
In his first start, straight red. Lovely. Just what you want.
Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us. And we've been pushed down to P20.
Right, here we go. With a controller gaming wolves, yes. One controller. Jesus to Liverpool, here we go. Intrigued to see how well he does in the Premier League. Deep in there, that's annoying. Who's ready for a P9 in Q1? SQ1, 2 and 3 were all 9th position. 31.8 puts me, I don't think, P9. Oh, geez, P15. We are through to the next round of qualifying, but whoo, that is skin of your teeth stuff, as we really only ever seem to do. We're never really comfortable, are we? At all. 31 flat from Charles. Mine was a 31.8. I'm 8/10 off my teammate there. We have been about 3/10 off the pace of Charles throughout the course of the weekend so far, so that is a surprise. And it really was skin of your teeth stuff. 5 milliseconds faster than Alex Albon in P16. We're going to have to put together a much better performance in Q2. to just burn a set of soft tyres here. But I don't think we're going to get through anyway. That was lucky, you're right. Fuck me. Didn't press fucking Y. Who's we, Bromo? I can't remember who you support off the top of my head. Oh, you're a Brum fan. How were the first couple of games to the season gone for Birmingham? Literally getting hustled around my qualifying lap by Carlos Sainz right now.
And that's P13.
31-8 seems to be where we are at the minute. Draw 1 and 1-2. Slowly finding your feet on how to play in League One. Football's good to watch though. So far off the pace for some reason in full qualifying, whereas in sprint quali we weren't. Losing half a second in the third sector. Double check I'm on the right tyres. We are.
Checks complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage.
Yeah, really rotated side though, right, Soundwave? Lyndon Dykes would certainly do a job in League One, though, for sure.
Okay, we've been pushed down to P13.
Right. I need a much quicker lap, please. Terrible, Chess. That fucking curb. Q2 lap about to end. Struggling for traction around the final corner as ever. A 31.2. That should be us through to Q3, actually, I think. Famous last words. It's P11. How familiar. Honestly, I'm getting a bit bored of qualifying in 11th. In full qualifying. I was 0.2 or 1.5 at least away from getting through, so no complaints really. Charles apparently was able to put it P1, but I don't know as everybody in the top few went for a second run. Lewis is out though. The Mercedes is just not quite on the pace, is it? Lewis, I imagine, is taking a grid penalty as well because of his retirement in the sprint. But we will start P11. It means we save a set of soft tyres. So that could come to our aid in the full race if there's a safety car at some point. Or even just strategically if tyre wear isn't quite good enough. But we've qualified well enough again that it seems ill-advised to take replacement parts at this point now. I'm kind of waiting for me to qualify like 16th, or not to get out of Q1 basically. If I don't get out of Q1 anywhere, then we'll take all the fresh parts. But at the minute, qualifying well enough that I don't really want to take the grid pen. Weather is very consistent throughout the session. 56 laps of the United States Grand Prix to come. Life or death. Thank you for the follow, mate. I gained 0.6 from Q1 as well, though, Neej. Difficulty set to 105, life or death. 105. Was Charles then able to actually turn that fastest time from Q2 into a fastest time in Q3? No, not at all. It's the Haas on pole and Fernando Alonso in second, a 1:30 flat from Carlos Sainz there in Q3. And half a second back to Verstappen in P4. Charles is 0.8 back in P6. Any pens anywhere? Yes. Russell's taken a penalty. I'm starting 9th when I qualified 11th. So Russell, pen. Evidently both Mercedes taking a penalty. Who else has taken a penalty there? And Gasly too. And Norris. Russell, Gasly, Norris and Hamilton all taking penalties. So we will start where we started the sprint race in P9. Which is unexpected. Right, it reckons that there's not much difference at all between a 2-stop and a 1-stop. I feel like I'm probably going to be quicker with a 2-stop because of my tyre wear and the mistakes I was making in the latter stages of the sprint race. What is everyone else on? Everyone else is on mediums. Quite literally, everyone else is on mediums. So we will start on the medium tyre, but we will look to end the race on the softs and see if we can't maybe be a bit better with a 2-stop. I mean, there's barely anything in it. We used about 1.3 laps worth of extra fuel in the sprint, which extrapolate out 3.9 laps worth of extra fuel here. It's offering me 5.1 laps worth of extra fuel, so I will put 4.5. I'll put 4.3 laps worth of extra fuel in. That should be enough to get us to the end. And although that was on the mediums, we are going to be running the softs at the end where we'll use more fuel. I'll put 4.5 laps worth of extra fuel in. Should be enough to get us to the end. We're basically running the alternate strategy in a slightly different order, so it's alternate plus for us. Mediums to hards to softs. The 2-stop, hopefully, will be the quickest way for us to the end and the best way for us to finish as strongly as possible. We hope. Will the hards take me to the end from there? Probably. So if we do feel like we need to extend, then we should be able to. Alex, thank you for the follow, mate. Well, I'll give you guys a prediction. I'm not that confident here. So I'll say, will we finish P7 or higher, P8 or lower? Starting P9, can we make a couple of positions, or will those faster cars behind us get further forward? The prediction's up now, Gus. There you go. Right, I don't know as I have an extra set of mediums. Pretty sure we don't have an extra set of mediums because of the sprint weekend. No, we don't. So that is what our option is, unfortunately. Sag. I could, let me remove that stint. If I go medium hard, the hards will make it to the end. If I put box 19 on the 2-stop, so I'll be happy enough with that. I think we will stick with the default personalised 2-stop. Right, I'm going to go for a quick toilet break whilst you guys give your prediction, and then it is race time. Be our bizzle. 13 million. Is that all they're paying? Is 13 million all they're paying for Chiesa? How in the hell are they getting away with that? That's unbelievable, Jeff.
Okay, so let's go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
He had 1 year left on his contract. Yeah, still. As was Casemiro was the first player that came to mind. Tyres were a little warmer than they were at the beginning of the sprint, but not by more than a matter of a few degrees. Not as good a parking there as we had in the sprint. Hopefully we have a better finish though. Starting 9th, we finished 8th in the sprint. Starting 9th, we will finish insert a number in this Grand Prix. Oh my god, the start from Ricciardo was outrageous. Again, going to try and hang it around the outside here. Make a position or two if we can. Up to P7 is Sergio Perez that's right with me now. That was the case last time as well, I think. Right, it's going to be difficult with a much heavier car to drive as aggressively as we did in the sprint in the early stages. But now it's concentration time. It's don't lose DRS time. That's what killed me in the last race, was all the mistakes made on worn tyres. So in the second half of each stint, we're really going to have to make sure that we do everything we can to keep the tyres intact and to make as few mistakes as possible to ensure that we get the best possible finish. P7 was on the cards for us in the sprint, but I threw it away. Although, to be fair, it was only thanks to the retirement of Lando Norris. I think Lewis Hamilton we would have gotten regardless. But Lewis retired too, obviously, from the sprint. So we could maybe have finished in P9 or 10 in the sprint. As long as we get points here, I think it's an achievement. Cota's not a great track for me, as you've quite clearly been able to see over the years. We'll do what we can. We're still in DRS range for now, and hopefully that lasts as long as possible, but I'm expecting there to be a similar story to the beginning of the sprint race, where there's a lot of DRS trains and not much movement. It'll be around the pit stops that we're able to make our moves with undercuts, etc.
out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
Hey, hey. We are 2 stopping, Shawnee. Medium, hard, soft. Oh, it feels like a boat right now. Charlotte's having a look at Kevin into turn 1. K-Mag has been holding up this train so far here. Alonso and Sainz are disappearing again. They battled it out for the fight for the win in Singapore last time out. We were able to come home P3 on that day. That is not happening today, not unless there are multiple retirements. So purple sector 1 somehow. It can't be by much. Just so strong through there. God damn. Still within DRS range, but struggling, if in all honesty, to hang on to the back of the group in front at the minute. That situation is kind of similar to the sprint though, with the car right behind me clinging on, and then there's a bit of a gap back to the next group. K-Meg's having a go back at Charles Leclerc here. And the Haas looks like it's going to get through on the Ferrari. Quite the battle going on for the podium here. To be fair, just as there was in Singapore, it's just that I'm not at the front of the train this time, whereas previously I was. If we're still in DRS towards the end of the stint, then I will look to extend this medium stint as long as we can, and maybe switch to the 1 stop. Because quite frankly, just as much DRS as possible for as long as possible in this race is the quickest way to the end, regardless of tyre strategy. Oof. That did turn the skybox off at about the point where the stream got reset. That's intriguing.
Charles has just set the fastest lap of the race. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 2.2 seconds.
Don't actually know what anyone else is doing strategy-wise. Shut up and concentrate, Tez. Hang on.
Verstappen's ahead of you, less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time, 1 minute 35.3. Alright, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap.
DRS again. God damn it! I hate not being very good at a circuit. Right, the play now that they've pulled out DRS range on me is probably let Checo overtake me as soon as possible and cling on to him and close back up. He's going to take me here. I'm not going to fight it. Because look at that gap open up already. 1.7 seconds now. Come on, Checo. Let's close the gap, please. Work with me here. Otherwise, we're both going to get cut adrift. It took one loss of traction around turn 1. And that cost me DRS. That's all it took. Just the one loss of traction in 7 laps. And it was gone. Unbelievable. I'm just not quick enough around here, evidently.
Car in front is a second a lap faster, 1 second.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay, mate, it's Perez ahead of you. We don't want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap, 1:36.1. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 per lap. Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
No. If I overtake Checo, we just fall further behind. Rephrase. We fall further behind quicker. We are falling further behind regardless, behind Sergio. But if I was the lead car of the two of us, the gap would be growing even quicker. The gap behind is really comfortable. But they're just faster than me. I've got no answer to those top 7 cars today. And you can see by the fact that the 2 Mercedes and Piastri, and Norris, Lando Norris is still bloody last. Lando's last, Lewis is 19th and George is 17th. The DRS train is so strong here that those really fast cars just can't make it back through the pack. Oh, man. This is a real struggle this weekend, but at least we're getting points at present, and we got a point in the sprint as well, and it's as good as we can ask for at the minute. Top 8 again. Seems like the best plan of action, or the best end result for us. Probably the only end result for us. Like, fuck off. They take that flat. I'm certain of it. Listen to the engine. I don't know how they take that. I cannot replicate it. I just can't do it. They gain like 3/10 on me through there. Just can't do it. The gap as we start the flashback here is 0.733. It's just wheel spin everywhere. God, it's fucking infuriating. 0.733 to 1.034. They're 0.3 of a second faster than me through that one corner, purely on traction. It feels unbeatable. That's 0.3 of a second. They're faster than me through there when I'm taking it as best as I possibly can. Same throttle input, same steering angle. My car goes whee! That time it was because I touched the curb, but... It was 5.17 and then 9.5 by the DRS detection point. That one traction zone is worth half a fucking second to the AI. Fucking stupid. They use their ERS run there as well. Look, watch Checo. He gets out of the traction zone here, and then the battery flashes, and he puts his... It's weird. It flashed in a non-replay. Put the battery on around here, and fucking fly. always sucks at Kota. I still suck at Kota.
Gap to your team.
Fucking hate it. Don't bother about putting any of that in, Chris. It's me just fucking venting. There aren't enough other tracks to put in, though, TT, to take this race out. Like, I'd rather do this than be at Brazil, where it's just completely well out of touch. There I are, stupid strong in Brazil. At least here it's only one corner where they're that good. I cannot stand it. Thank you for the follow, Daz. I apologise that the driving has been so fucking shit at the moment. Good.
Overtake now. Come on, push hard.
It's so stupid! Doing the exact same thing as the AI and my car just fucking pirouettes. Bring back fucking F123 handling is all I can say. So much fucking better than this site. Can't fucking do it. It's just boring now. Almost feel like I need to tweak the settings and lower the throttle sensitivity. Because it's just fucking stupid. Just doing nothing but fucking pissing me off. It's absolutely retarded, isn't it, JD?
And gap to the car
It's
in
like
front,
this for the user,
1.6
but
seconds.
the AI are just like, nah, I've still got perfect traction as if my tyres are brand new. I don't blame you for stopping your driver career with the AI just being too stupid. But if they had the same issues, if they were having the same handling situation as the user, then it's fine, it's manageable. The fact that they're just so strong all the fucking time. Thing is that if I changed and put some traction on, then I'd be even slower. It's not even the ultimate straight line speed that's the issue, it's their traction. They just don't seem to suffer from the same traction losses as the user does. The weight might be the factor behind it.
Get what we needed out of that, I'm afraid, but don't worry about it. There's a long way to go. Chin up, and let's focus till the end. We're
Swallow race road to
window
redemption,
now,
wow.
and you're going to be on hards next time.
That's proper old school, Leo. Where are you going, sis?
Okay, gap ahead, 2.1 seconds.
No, gameplay on FIFA/FC against the AI has been pretty shit for years now. You have to manually change it with gameplay altering sliders to make it actually enjoyable. was on me for being shit. Thing is, EA don't make this game though, do they?
4.7 seconds.
Affiliated with both, JD, but I'm always going to be honest. It wasn't EA devs that they brought in. It was old Project Cars devs, JD. Just fucking four-wheel drift. Exclamation mark sliders.
Okay,
Steve.
be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now.
Lol, I've lost tyre grip since about lap 5, pal. It's just fucking boring. Thing is, if you ease off the throttle to manage the wheel spin and the lack of traction, they just pull away even more. So you have to push like that. Otherwise you just lose time to everyone else even quicker.
Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
No worries, Kempy. I took that near on perfectly there. Still lost 2 cents, 2.5 cents by this breaking point. Right, rather than me just ranting, should we actually do a highlight for the video? Probably been minimal highlights a minute, Chris has just been watching me fucking lose my mind time and time again. So on lap 19, we were hoping to extend our medium stint a little bit to give ourselves the option of a one-stop. We still kind of do have that option of a one-stop because the hard tyres will take us to the end, but with really minimal grip. So I think we've forced into a two-stop here purely because the tyre wear is so painful. Hopefully, yeah, thankfully it was a decent stop at least. We don't lose any time there. But now we're going to come out right with this double train here. And hopefully the new tyres will help us get through this. But Lando and Hamilton are still stuck back here in 17th and 18th. The DRS train effect is massive. We're expecting everybody on those one stops to box basically 25-ish. These could take me to the end. There's a yellow flag in that front group now. Someone's retiring, which is going to earn us an extra position. Looks like it's Sergio Perez. It is indeed Sergio Perez.
Bring your tyres in gently and let's go for it.
Bring your tyres in gently. Yeah, like I've got a chance to do that. Checo's out, unless he's got a puncture. He is seemingly continuing on at the minute. So maybe Sergio Perez has a puncture there. Let's have a look. No, that's definitely not a puncture. Or at least maybe something in the engine bay has punctured because there's a lot of smoke coming out there. So not a puncture for Checo. A genuine retirement. He is out. That's an extra position for us. To the minute I am more than glad to take. It's been a very painful Grand Prix weekend so far. I can't really afford to get held up too much by this lot in front. But I've got a horrible feeling we are going to get held up by lots of traffic here, which is going to ruin any chance of undercutting towards that front group again. We were about 4.7 seconds behind Charles Leclerc, who's now fallen through that front group, and he too is dropping like we are, or were. No one else, I'm not expecting any other boxes until lap 23 or 4. I'm just going to have to get very aggressive whilst trying to lose as little time as possible. Go for it on Lando, losing as little time as possible. And now we're just going to have to beat them off one by one. And hopefully, A, the hards will last till the end, which I don't think they will. Oh god, come on Ches. Aero wash is a real thing through the first sector, isn't it? Hopefully the hards last to the end, which I don't think they will. We might have a free pit stop for the softs by the time that soft stop comes around, currently on lap 42. Even then we might want to extend the hard stint as best as we possibly can, because the softs are going to die very, very, very quickly. I don't really think the softs have got more than 10 laps in them, really. So I'm going to have to extend this stint if I want to get anywhere at the end on those soft tyres. Try and take Lewis around the outside here. Zhou Guan Yu's very slow. We will take Lewis around the outside here. Lost a bit of time there, but not a massive amount. I could make a lunge up the inside of Zhou here if I hadn't had that loss of traction. Have been able to make the move stick, so we've passed Zhou Guan Yu as well. That's 15th now. Hard tyres aren't great around this circuit. They just last quite well. But the actual grip they offer isn't superb. Still no other pits or pitters, but we didn't expect that, as we say. Not till whoa, steady. Case in point about the hard tyre not being very grippy. Not expecting any stoppers for another couple of laps. And then we're just going to grind this out. It's been a Grand Prix that, for those that are watching live, has basically been me whinging. Unfortunately. For you on YouTube, less whinging because Chris can edit it out. But as a result, it means there's probably been less highlights for you to watch, I'm afraid. I apologise. At least it's been a sprint weekend, so the video length should be still long enough. We have still had points. It's not been a terrible end result weekend, and it won't be a terrible end result weekend. Just the manner in which that result is coming about. Pretty soul destroying at the minute. This is more like the beginning of the season Ferrari than the mid to last third of the season Ferrari we've become accustomed to in the past 5 races or so. George Russell quite comfortably dealt with, but that was more of a mini train behind. This is now a giant train. This is a cargo train. That was behind was a consumer passenger train. This is a cargo train. You know those ones that go on for miles and miles and miles, and you sat at the stop at the crossing for like 10 minutes waiting for it all to disappear through before you can push through on the road. We're in one of those now. Still making positions relatively comfortably though. tyre wear, I think, is doing okay. About a percent a lap. They will be very dead by the end of the race. Of course, you're going to lose time through the first sector here. They're goddamn so slow on their warm tyres. We were making great pace and gaps on those behind us before we stopped. God, I don't know where I'm going there. We're making great pace and gapping those that were behind us pre-stop. So I've got no worries about us losing any positions behind a potential P7 or 8 throughout the whole race. Because even when we do an extra stop, we'll absolutely make the positions back again.
Use overtake.
Little cut back, switch back on the Williams, and we're going to be up to P12. Easily done. I don't know if we're really losing that much time here. It's just not been a free air stint to keep the gap to Leclerc and then the little group in front of him as minimal as possible. Again, we're going to go for that Fernando Alonso-esque dive in here. Us past Piastri once more. Very nearly back in the points already after just 4 laps since the stop. That happens every race. This Ferrari is the most unreliable shitbox you've ever seen in your life. Even if it's a quick car, I still feel like potentially if we're going to turn the failures back on again for next season, I still feel like moving teams and try to go around the outside here. Moving teams and going to someone that is even similarly paced would be better, because we stand the chance of finishing races better than we do at Ferrari. Durability in the department is getting better, but it doesn't seem to be having any sort of say on durability actually in the races. The car is still having just as many failures as it did at the beginning of season 1, I imagine, if not more so, weirdly. I kind of want to be back at Haas. I genuinely feel like we could have challenged for the championship at Haas this season. So it's really weird to say at the end of season 2. Comfortably back in the points now. I'm going to make another position here. Try and box Nico in a little bit. He's going to want to drift left if he can, but we're going to not allow him to do that by just positioning our car well enough.
Hit the target. Nice work.
This is going to be us back up to P7 before anyone else has boxed. And comfortably, so I might be able to take both of them here with a lunge. Hi. They won't have seen me coming there because of the angle of the mirrors, but we got the job done. Well, we're back where we were then. Gap to Charles Leclerc, 23 seconds. We've really scythed our way through that traffic. I guess the hope is that the other AI, when they box, hopefully those in front box sooner than those behind. They get in that train and they have just as much trouble coming through it as Lando and Lewis have had. And we gain positions, but I think there's probably a free pit stop for those in front now to those behind, unfortunately. So I don't know if we're going to get that lucky. At the minute, seemingly guaranteed a P7 even with our extra pit stop. But if we can make it further forward, we shall wait and see. Continue on. See what the gap does to those. I'm expecting everyone to start boxing now, basically. Lap 25 was when it recommended us to stop, I think, with the one stop. Gap to those in front is coming down with these hard tyres. So we are still gaining. But I don't know if we lost more than we've so far gained getting through the traffic. Most of that front group should box over the next 2 laps for hard tyres, I imagine. I think we're going to be the only 2-stopping car. There you go. All but the other Haas and Aston in on 25, meaning that other Haas and Aston will be in on 26. Can we get ourselves back within DRS range of our teammate? Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Trying desperately to catch as he comes out of the pits now. We might actually be able to get ourselves next to Charles. We have done. Give him a wide berth on the apex so he doesn't run into me. Well, we're P6 now, but he's going to have much fresher tyres than me. So for the time being, we're up a position, but we're still going to see those gaps in front continue to grow now. And then Charles will just get past me in a matter of 2 laps or so. And then I think that it will be another very lonely middle stint before we then have a free pit stop later to box for a set of softs to get a extra point for the fastest lap of the race and a P7 finish. There genuinely might now be a cut to the end of the race where I'm crossing the line in P7 with soft tyres and a fastest lap, because I don't envisage anything else happening. A safety car would really mix things up, but I don't have any other tyres to go to now. So if we are to get a safety car, we don't want it to happen before lap 40-ish. That's the other Haas and Aston in the box now. We might be able to get alongside them. No, look, you can see them coming out at the top of the hill. So they're going to be further ahead than ourselves or Charles. Closer to us than the previous group that was there, but still leaving Charles some extra space on the apex. Still too far away for us to be able to get there. Now everyone behind is boxing as well, so we'll have that free pit stop window for the rest of the Grand Prix. It will be P7 unless something drastic happens between now and the end of the race in 30 laps time. Probably just going to let Charles go here because I'm only going to end up ruining his race if I get in the way too much. So just go for it, Charles. I'm not going to fight it. Team orders. We're on a different strategy. He's P6. I'm aiming to maybe be able to make it slightly higher. He has a chance to. I definitely don't.
situation on Hulkenberg. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
So Nico's going to either retire or just be very, very slow now for the rest of the race. That's not going to affect us. One thing I have noticed is that Lewis and Lando, rather dramatically, have made their way through that pack. As some teams sent drivers on for another lap, just like Haas and Aston Martin did. Lewis and Lando and Oscar Piastri are right there now, and I think they're probably going to gain on me. So we might not actually have that free pit stop a little bit later in the race, because Hamilton and the McLarens, once they get past Yuki Tsunoda,
Right, let's not stay behind this car for
will
too
probably
long. We need to get past.
close on me. But hopefully not by enough that we can't overturn that gap with a fresh set of soft tyres at the end of the race. Or if I feel like it's not worth it, or I'm not going to get that time back again, we just stay out on this hard set to the end and try our best to manage the gap, which at the minute is sizable and will continue to be whilst we're getting dragged away by Charles Leclerc, which thankfully for the time being at least I'm able to hang on to the back of him, but it is difficult. I'm having to use a lot of battery to do so. It's only a matter of time before Charles drops me, but whilst he drags me along in the short term, I'm very, very thankful for it. Two Ferrari teammates working together for the betterment of the team. I say betterment of the team, really, it's just kind of betterment of me, isn't it? It's just the energy store that's really worn. being in a hot lap's not really working that well at the minute. I thought maybe I'd just put it in a hot lap. And the battery will last, but it isn't. Hot lap through the first sector seems to work quite well though. Set 2 purple first sectors just by being in hot lap in the first sector, so I might try that moving forward, see if that benefits us even more so.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
Hot lap in the first sector is definitely keeping us more competitive. Just a little... Oh, don't go defensive, Charles. We're trying to catch those in front of me. I'm working with you here, pal. Kevin and Lance in 4th and 5th are having a little bit of a scrap. And the gap was coming down until Charles decided he wanted to try and defend thin air there. The gap to Lewis is coming down slightly now that he's past Yuki Tsunoda. Lando is about to get past Yuki as well in the not too distant future, as you can see behind on the Delta, top left. As soon as I lose DRS to Charles Leclerc, those behind are going to come and get me. So it's going to be difficult to finish in front of them with a 1 stop. I might have to pull the trigger for the 2 stops with 100% definite is going to happen, rather than me hoping to be able to get to the end with this hard set. The longer we're behind Charles, the better, but the longer the laps go on, the less likely it is that I'm able to stick behind him because of mistakes like that, and now I'm out of DRS range. That's the thing. So all it takes is that one little loss of traction, especially at that part of the circuit, and I lose so much time. I'll try and gain back up, being an overtake and hot lap. But I think that might be me now, slowly but surely, over the course of the next 20 odd laps, falling back into the clutches of Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton. We will have to call the switch to soft tyres just right to ensure that we don't leave it too late, that we can't claw back the time that we've lost, and don't do it too early so that the soft tyres don't last long enough and we end up getting caught again anyway. The plan was to box on 42 for that soft set. At the minute, that soft set will only really last about 10 laps, I think, so I'm hoping to last until about 46. But I don't know if I'm going to have that luxury because of the lack of competitiveness in the car and with the loss of DRS now. It's going to be touch and go as to whether we can or cannot finish P7. I have, though. Oh, I'm still a bloody loss of traction there again! I have been able to get myself back in DRS range to Charles Leclerc, which is massive. That will really, really help. Thank Christ for that. And breathe. The battle continues. Oh, go for it, Daniel. We qualified P9 in sprint qualifying and finished P8. We qualified P11 for the full Grand Prix, but started 9th and will finish somewhere in the next 45 minutes. Afternoon, James. How are we, lad? Yeah, decent. Thank you, James, mate. Glad to see you well, pal.
Okay, mate. Okay, Charles ahead. Right, here we go. Let's look to get past quickly and put them on the back foot.
Yeah, all good, thank you, James.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
kind of want the achievement here.
Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate.
I did that purposefully, though it has cost me a bit more time than I hoped it would. I just wanted to get past Charles to get rid of that objective thing. Hey, steady on now. Oh, Nolan, your subs run out. I'm on it. Why is your I swear your date isn't even close to today. 29th. Oh, okay. So those that are down as the 29th actually need doing on the 28th. Good to know. Thank you, Nolan, for bringing that to my attention. Inadvertently. I was expecting to gift those subs tomorrow. We shall gift those subs today. I'll do it after the race. But we'll gift Nolan's his now whilst he's here. Apologies, mate. Spreadsheet's done one over on me there.
Okay, some information on Gasly. Right,
Okay.
they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
Gasly's out. Again, doesn't really affect us. What does affect me is the fact that I'm now well over it. Half a second behind Charles Leclerc here. We'll be out of DRS range, but with battery and hot lap mode, we'll try and get back into it again. Gap behind is still 20 odd seconds, so it's a really, really healthy advantage behind. So Charles will be getting 8 points for finishing in 6th. I currently will be getting 4 for finishing in 7th. So the team are getting 12. Now, if I overtake Charles at some point between now and the end of the race, I benefit by getting 8 points and he gets 6. But the team don't actually earn any extra points. However, if I sacrifice my own attempt to get ahead of Charles and get 2 extra points, I can, for the team, box and get that 1 extra point for the team via the fastest lap. So I would not get as many points as I personally could, but the team would gain 1 more. And Charles has done such a great job of dragging me along here and keeping me very much out of harm's way of those behind, that I think it's only fair that we let him have the higher finishing position and that he gets those 8 points in his fight for second in the drivers, and that I take the hit personally, but the team gets the extra jump. So my plan currently is definitely to 2-stop for the benefit of the team. We are doing it for Ferrari today. You've literally called what I was saying in the process of me saying it, Daniel. You've literally been typing it. No, you don't need to apologise. You've been typing it whilst I was saying it. Great minds think alike. Steady. Don't know when early access begins for FC25 for content creators. We will get early access to the gameplay, but we haven't been told when yet. Even if I had been told when, I couldn't tell you when. But I could tell you that I knew a date, if I knew a date. But I don't know a date, so I can't tell you anyway, even if I wanted to break NDA, I'm afraid. Soz. Managed to get ourselves back within DRS range of Charles again by using hot lap. It's going to want me to box this next lap.
In this lap, push now.
I don't think the softs go that far. I really genuinely don't think they go that far. So I'm going to stay out for another few laps. Come on. Yes. DRS range here of Charles now as well. Good. The plan is working very, very well. Two Ferraris working in harmony. What's the Italian for harmony? Because that's what we're doing right now. Forza Ferrari.
Don't forget, box this lap.
Nope. Red chat. No, Man United we're going to start with this year, James.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
What the fuck? It's carrying too much speed, I think. Finn, thank you for the 14th month in a row, my man. Good to see you, pal. I wish I'd known the whole hot lap for the first sector trick earlier in the Grand Prix weekend. Because that might have gotten us some significantly better results. Maybe it's a tactic I should use a bit more at other tracks. Maybe that's what the AI are doing, and why I can't seem to keep pace sometimes. Maybe they're doing exactly that. Switching battery modes more often, and that's why I can't deal with them. Does depend on the circuit, obviously, and the setup for how much engine braking we've got set. I'll box next lap. Hot lap permanently is probably not the play though, because I think it would run the battery flat, whereas medium doesn't. Plus there are certain parts of the circuit where being in hot lap with worn tyres is just going to make me spin up and lose the rear even more, particularly that third sector. I don't know where I'm going at the minute, too busy talking, not concentrating on driving. Let's box this lap, shall we?
Understood. Stopping this lap.
So we're going to box this lap for the softs, lap 45. He reckons I'll come out in about 11th, which is behind Yuki Tsunoda, but ahead of George Russell. So between the dark blue dot and the second turquoisey dot, effectively. That's if it's a quick pit stop.
There seems to have been a problem attaching the left front wheel. We need to try and put that behind.
Which is
the
not, because of course it's not, because Ferrari. So I'm doing this for the team, purposefully giving myself a worse finish, points tally wise, so that the team get more points for the constructors. And in doing so, they let me down again. Thankfully, we'll absolutely have the pace here now to not have to worry about losing the position, but by helping Ferrari don't do their best in helping me in return. But these soft tyres will be very worn by the end of the race, but they'll be very quick now. I'm going for the fastest lap point. Hey Anthony, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome to the channel, dude. Fastest middle sector of the race, and I didn't even use my battery down the straight. I think the fastest lap should be the shoe-in, especially if I put it in hot lap for the next lap, for the whole lap, with these new tyres. And we should hopefully be within DRS range of Lewis by the end of the first sector as well, so that we can use DRS down the back straight and hopefully breeze past these two purple sectors. And now we'll use our battery and be in hot lap for the remainder of this lap. Just have to hope that they don't get in the way in front. They shouldn't. But they might do. Regardless, I don't think anyone else is going to take the fastest lap point away from me, even if I do get held up here and set it a little bit later and it's a little bit slower. There's a purple first sector. Here is me definitely getting held up now at this part of the track. But we should still be able to take the fastest lap point away from currently Carlos Sainz, I think, has it, or Lance Stroll, one of the two. That's Lewis dealt with, just with a little switchback. And now we'll get Lando too. Thank you, sir. Bye. And I'm just going to try and disappear into the distance in front of them. 19.9 seconds to Charles. That's not going to get overturned in the next 9.5 laps. But I'm going to gap those behind very comfortably now for the next 4 or 5 laps at least, until these soft tyres have been through their best. And hopefully we'll be able to hold on for a P7 with fastest lap, which is going to come in just 1 corner's time. Even with the hold up through the first sector, we set a purple first sector. Even with a hold up into the start of the second sector, we set a purple second sector. And without the hold up in the third sector, I actually didn't go purple. So clearly the slipstream was better than no slipstream, even though they held me up and got in the way. 2 seconds the gap behind, 18 seconds the gap in front. Let's see what it's like at the end of the race. Another purple first sector, even on medium, although I guess this is without the hold up now, isn't it? So I'll whack it back in hot lap. Maybe we can extend the fastest lap gap again. Although I won't have DRS down this straight now, so certainly there won't be a purple second sector. Tell the team to do a McLaren. Kappa. Kappa, Kappa, 1, 2, 3. Me thumbers. Not even a personal best. Well, I guess a personal best would have been purple anyway, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Ah, poor exit. Never mind. No extending of the fastest lap, unfortunately, just because I lost the rear end there. I just got a message from that says there's a cookie on the side for me. That is the best text message I've ever received ever. I'm still in hot lap. I didn't realise. Concentrate, Jez, don't reach out.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 13.9 seconds.
If I can close Charles by 2 seconds a lap, we might get him, but we won't. He's going to come down continually for the next couple of laps, though, I think. But these tyres are probably going to be closing in on 20% soon. Yarp. 15 on the rears already, 10 on the front after just 4 laps. 5 laps, actually. We pit 45, didn't we? But this is exactly why I wanted to take them a little bit further. P8 in the sprint, yes. Where am I going then, eh? Wee. Six laps to go. Afternoon, Oren. How are you, mate? I mean, I'm trying to catch Charles. The gap is still coming down, but now we're over 20% on the rears. Even if we do continue to close, it's just going to be by a lessening and lessening margin each lap. To be fair, given my lack of ability, just lack of talent at this circuit, a P8 in the sprint and a P7 in the main race is still actually something I'm quite happy with. We weren't contemplating being this far up. To be fair, if Lewis, Lando and George hadn't gone to the back with their penalties, maybe we wouldn't have finished as high as we are. I wish I'd known about the hot lap in the first sector trick earlier in the race, though, because maybe that would have helped us have an even better finish. But regardless, I'm still pleased with the result we're going to get here. It's good for the team, albeit actually, unfortunately, with an Aston Martin in first and fifth, they're going to dramatically build the gap over us in the constructors. Hopefully at Mexico we can claw it back again. Carlos Sainz is going to continually rage on. We're going to gain some points, even more so on Lewis Hamilton though. We will overtake Oscar Piastri in the Drivers' Championship as well. So we're going to be gaining positions in the championship, but with Lance now seemingly challenging for a podium or at least the top 5, presumably in every race for the remainder of the season, I don't know as we're going to stand a chance of getting any higher than 8th in the drivers. But Las Vegas should be good for us. Qatar's going to be pretty brutal. But Abu Dhabi could be good for us as well. Portimao is the unknown at the moment, having not driven there on this game yet. But at least it's not Brazil with the Super AI OP, or Super OP AI. So we should be able to ram Portimao at AI level 105, like we have done every other circuit, apart from Bahrain. I think we dropped it to 103 or 104 there as well, didn't we? Bahrain and Brazil seem to be standouts for the AI being just too good in every corner. Other circuits, the AI seem to be too overpowered at some corners, but you're able to manage it with strategy and battery and all sorts. At least, given my current talent level at the game, anyway. Yeah, Plymouth's third yellow kit's quite nice, isn't it? Cool.
Well, what happened? Let me know you're okay.
What happened is the grip goes from 100% to 0 in an instant. That's what happened. Was it on a gear change? No. Just took a bit of curb. To clip the orange. Just clip the orange and it sunsettled the car enough. Rear tyre's getting hot now with hot lap on. Something to bear in mind. Clearly being in hot lap for the whole lap is not beneficial to tyre temps. I did do quite a bit of sliding through the first sector as well though, to be fair. No, I'd rather still run a full calendar, Ambrose. It's a good idea, but I'd still rather run a full calendar and drive everywhere just for the realism aspect. I don't really want to run a shortened season. If I'm going to run a shortened season, I might as well run 50% races, which I don't want to do. The orange symbol just means that one of my engine parts is worn, Ramdog. But that worn engine part is my energy store, which just means that the amount of energy that I get my percentage back up to is less than 100%. At the minute, it's topping out at 92, which is still plenty. It's probably not delivering as much power as it could do either, but my control electronics are quite high percentage-wise as well, I think. Control electronics 53%. They'll be the two things that we need to steady on. We need to take grid penalties for later in the season. We might do that in Mexico. We might do that somewhere else. It's always difficult whether to know to take the engine penalties at tracks that you're good at, so you can make that time back again, or you feel like you stand a better chance of making that time back again, or a track that you're bad at, so that you're not costing yourself the potential of a decent finish by taking the engine penalties. I'll probably take it.
There's a gap of around 10 seconds.
I'll probably take them in Mexico. I'm not going to flash back there because it's the final lap, so I don't need to. I'll probably take the engine penalties in Mexico, to be honest. In the next round. It's a track that I enjoy, and with the extra long straight, I'm probably going to need a lot of battery with AI straight line speed there, so fresh control electronics and certainly a fresh energy store would probably be most beneficial there, or Vegas. Vegas is a track where I feel like I drive it quite well. I don't know how competitive I am compared to the AI at Vegas with this current Ferrari, but I feel like I'd be able to maximise a finish in Mexico with grid penalties more so than Vegas with grid penalties. So Fernando Alonso wins this particular Grand Prix, which means that Carlos Sainz finishes P2, it's then Verstappen P3, Kevin Magnussen P4, Lance Stroll P5, my teammate P6, and getting the extra point for Ferrari in the Constructors' fight, which could be invaluable come the end of the season, considering Aston Martin at the moment are scoring more points than us, will be P7. I think, maximise the weekend with the limitations of the car and my ability and my talent levels, I think. Some tracks we're good at, some tracks we're not. You know that this one is not a strong one for me. It's always been the case in career mode, was the case in Creator Series as well. But Mexico is one that I like. Well, not that I dislike driving that track at COTA, it's just so painful at parts. Well, I get 8 points for the weekend, Charles gets 12 points for the weekend, but unfortunately, as you can see, Fernando Alonso gets 30 and Lance Stroll gets 16. So in the standings now, in the Constructors, we are 30 points behind Aston Martin, which is painful considering we were second just 2 rounds of the championship ago. McLaren considerably back though, and they're not a threat now, neither are Mercedes. I'm up to 10th in the drivers. We've managed to overtake Oscar Piastri. We're 5 points ahead of him now, but Lance Stroll keeps eking away from me further and further. 2 points to gap now. He's overtaken me with this particular round of the championship. Lewis is now very much within touching distance with his poor finishes in this round of the championship. Checo's actually maybe catchable. We finished ahead of Sergio Perez here as well. Sergio Perez got just 2 points this round of the championship. So with 5 rounds of the championship to go, 20, 21, 2, 3 and 4, we could maybe catch Sergio Perez. So maybe a top 7 or 8 is definitely on the cards. Sainz we're not going to catch because he's finishing well ahead of us everywhere. Russell's not doing great at the minute either. He could be catchable, but we'd really have to make the most of every round of the championship, I think, to do that. But there is the potential to finish considerably higher. Carlos Sainz is going to win that rivalry, though there's not really much I can do about that. And I'm currently drawing my rating rivalry with Yuki now, having gone up to 82 rated with that round of the championship. My recognition has gone back down from 37 to 36 with Charles now, unfortunately, after that round of the championship. I'm doing what I can, but it's not good enough at the moment for our lofty goals and Ferrari's lofty goals. I still don't know whether I'll break contract or not. I still don't know whether I'll look to move or do the next season at Ferrari. The energy store reliability testing has passed, which is good news, but we're not going to get any more resource points or any more opportunities to improve the car between now and that Mexico round. 24 days for that, 18 days for that. We've unlocked another front down. We are able to upgrade the aero at the minute. Still waiting to have the powertrain regulation changes enacted. So maybe we should hold off slightly on some more aero upgrades until we get the all clear for the upgrades for regulation changes, because we want to make sure that we maximise our engine for next year. Our powertrain is the one good thing about this car at the minute. Rain in the race, but only right at the end. Hopefully, as was the case last year, I think, it only rains enough for us to be careful on dry tyres and not enough for us to worry about it in terms of the full Grand Prix. You can see that we're very comfortable. We will keep our seat at Ferrari if we want it. It's a case of, do we still want it? I will probably put it to a vote for you guys at the end of the season, I would imagine. And you will decide whether we do or don't stay at Ferrari. I can't put any more of those gearboxes in, so we will take a fresh gearbox this weekend, but we won't take a penalty for it because we've got one available. So the energy store and the controller electronics will have to take brand new unallocated parts for and take grid pens. So qualifying, even if it goes well, will not go well for us. But Mexico's a Grand Prix circuit I feel like I can make the most of regardless. In Mexico last year, we finished 14th. Vegas, we finished 5th. So I think I want to maximise Vegas with no grid pens, and we'll do what we can in Mexico with grid pens. That's all for me for today, though. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. Come and follow me on stream, and you can see every lap of every session and hear me whinge, or at least give me maybe some constructive feedback so that I can improve and I whinge less. That would be very valuable if you can. Links in the description to Twitch and to the other YouTube streaming channel where you can come and join me there. Of course, check out the main channel for FC content. But for now, that's all from me for today for this series. Big deep breath. I'll see you in Mexico. Right. The prediction was P7 or higher, or P8 or lower. It turned out to be right on the bubble. And those of you that said P7 or higher will get your reward. Congratulations for that. That was as tight as it's been, I think. Right. I am actually going to get, firstly, a picture for the thumbnail of that. Is the first thing we need to do. F1, S2... 19 part 2. Change that into that folder. Set those both to upload for Chris on the Dropbox. There we go. I do have Azerbaijan sent to me, so I can upload Baku for tomorrow on the YouTube channel. You're more than welcome, Randall. Thank you for the support, mate. I do have an upload I can pop on the second channel for tomorrow for F1. Let me make a note of that on my board here. Upload F1, because we'll do that after I've gone offline, after the FC segment of today's stream. We will be doing the January transfer window in FC in the not too distant future this afternoon. Just going to get a hopefully decent picture for a thumbnail here. Then I'll go and have a quick lunch break. We'll restart the stream with FC, and then we've got part of the last episode to finish off, which is just playing Sheffield United and simming someone, Preston, I think it might be, and then we'll be able to maybe get it with the Mercedes there. And then we'll be able to record a full January transfer window episode as well, hopefully. How's best to try and get this? Like that, maybe? Bom, bom, bom. There we go. That'll do. That'll do for me, lads. Yes, a new video just went live on the main channel, which was one of the previous FC videos we recorded earlier on in the week. If you missed any of the FC stream stuff, then do go and check the main YouTube channel out in the downtime for the next 10-15 minutes or so. I'll link it in chat for you there if you want to go and check out that main YouTube channel. I'm going to dip the stream offline for a little small lunch break, and then we will be back for FC24 Realistic Road to Glory in a few minutes' time. Thank you very much for joining me for this bit. If this is as far as you get, if you're going to be back with me in a moment, then I shall see you in a moment. BRB.